Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the On the Go Show with Jacob and James. Let's get up and boogie to the beat of the On the Go Show. Don't be lazy, come on and get up, get down. Let the funk take over your body. Dance to the rhythm of that funky beat.
We finally made it, James. We finally made it to the Superman Super Week. We made it through the week.
Mm-hmm.
We watched Superman. We collected our thoughts on Superman. We've seen everybody else's thoughts on Superman, and now it's time for us to discuss. How are you feeling? How you feeling about Superman, sir?
I'm feeling very good about it. I thought it was a very solid start.
I went to go see Superman on a Saturday morning. It was like a 9:30 showing, all by myself. Got the most perfect seat, my favorite seat, which is right up at the top, right like where the projector is, middle of the room. That's my favorite spot. It's my favorite spot. So got that seat, went to go see Superman, and I was pleasantly surprised by the very beginning of this film, James, because they did what I've been saying they should do with these comic book movies, and that is give us a Star Wars style crawl or just like a text or a paragraph to just be like, hey, here's what's going on. This is the origin. This is what's happening now. Catch up.
Which is easy to do.
Yeah, it really is. And immediately I was like, I'm very much into what's happening right now. Because it felt so good to just be like, hey, where have you been? This is like the middle of the story. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like,
yeah.
Hey, yeah, Superman's been around. All right, man, catch up. Like, he's fighting this guy. He's getting his butt kicked. Here we go. Here's the beginning of the movie. So,
believe it or not, some people didn't like that.
Oh, I loved it. They are wrong. They are entirely wrong. We did not need to see Krypton blowing up again. We did not need to see him being raised. We got glimpses of it, which is fine. It was to a subtle and digestible degree to where it's not like we're spending 30 minutes of the movie seeing little baby Superman. You know what I mean? The whole movie was just good. Just straight across the board. It was good. It was great. Music was great. The vibe was great. The characterizations were very good. I mean, Clark Kent, Superman was great. Jimmy Olsen was hilarious. His whole character arc and dynamic.
This is my favorite character, by the way. He was my favorite character in this movie.
That figures.
Yeah, he was really good in this movie.
He was. He was great. Yeah. The Justice Gang, I think they were used just enough to where it's like they didn't overshadow the movie. This didn't really feel like an ensemble movie to me. I don't know if you have the same thoughts on that part.
I like the Justice Gang, but I feel like Mr. Terrific played a bigger role in the movie. He
had the biggest, out of the supporting, he did have the biggest role.
And I kind of like to see Hawk Girl going forward. I like to see a little bit more of her backstory, of course. And,
right.
It's a Superman movie, so you're not supposed to see too much of that.
Yeah, so. You're just introduced to these like subtle characters. It was just to play into the fact that like metahumans have been around for 300 years, which is, again, it's included in that Star Wars crawl at the beginning where it's like, hey, we've had superheroes. Superman's been around for 30 years. He's been doing this thing for 3 years. Or not, yeah. Clark Kent's been on Earth for 30 years. It was a lot of threes. They played with the number 3, which I'm sure, if there's much deeper film aficionados out there who are like really studying the rule of 3 or whatever for this film. But
probably
to me, it just seemed like, a good round number to just base, it would be weird to be like 500 years ago and then 47 days. And like, I don't know. It just felt more well-rounded of a decision for them to do that. So, yeah. But again, the Justice Gang was just there to be like, again, to reinstate that, yeah, we've had superheroes for a while. I think Lex Luthor was great. I think he was just straight up just villain, just did awful, heinous things in this film. In the name of hating, just the biggest hater you could possibly get.
I thought so.
Or possibly be, Yeah, just loved the action. I don't think there was like too much I disliked about it. I think the only thing is like Crypto was played a little too much. If I really want to get into like the nitpicky or down and dirty of it, it's just like, but even then it wasn't anything that ruined the experience for me or like, I don't know, lessen the experience for me. You know what I mean? It's just like, if I had to make a criticism, that would be a criticism was like, Crypto maybe a little too much.
See, I honestly didn't think it was. In my opinion, I don't think it was. I don't think it was. I thought the whole movie was going to be overshadowed by Crypto. Well, it really was. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
It wasn't. It wasn't. He wasn't, in every scene.
But I do understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
You are right. You are right. I don't think you can go into the next movie with Crypto helping him.
No,
helping him beat Ultraman.
No, I don't think so either. I think. Well, I mean,
yeah, I don't think you could do that.
Considering what happens at the end of this movie, like I think Crypto with Superman might have been a one and done situation. I don't think. I mean, Crypto's going to pop up more in the DCU. I'm sure you're not gonna. He's a mascot character, right? At this point, so you're not going to see Crypto. But I think him and Superman are going to be kind of disjointed.
I think so too. How did you feel about the choice? Without giving spoilers, how did you feel about the choice about what's Superman's biological parents of Jor-El?
It's kind of hard to talk about it without being spoiler, but what I think that is they never confirm nor deny the situation with his parents. Like they state it and they say like, hey, yes, this is what it is, but also that's coming from the supervillain of the movie or the bad guy of the movie. And so let me set the stage for the audience. So there's a point in this movie where Superman discovers that his original parents from Krypton, they give him a message when he gets to Earth, and it's essentially just like, hey, be good. And there's a second half of that message that's like corrupted, and that second half gets uncorrupted at some point in the film and used against him. It's gotten a lot of like negative feedback from audiences. Some audience,
yeah, I know. I noticed it.
Some of the audiences doesn't mind it because hey, there's other Superman stories that kind of have that similar storyline.
There is. Yep. Superman Birthright, if I'm not mistaken.
And I mean, in my honest opinion, like I said, they never really confirm nor deny it's coming from a villain in the movie. And so I think it's really just given to the audience to be like, hey, if you want it to be that way, it's that way. If you don't want to believe it, you don't have to believe it. Because ultimately, that second half of the message doesn't change Superman's character at all one bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he listened to the first part of the message. He was just trying to be good. And then that's the theme of the movie. Like the second part of the message does not change him in any way. It shakes him a little bit, but it doesn't change him. It doesn't make him a worse Superman at all in this film. And
oh no.
So I don't think it really matters one way or another, whether it's true or not. I think if you as an audience member want to believe the message, you can believe the message. If you don't want to believe the message, you don't have to believe the message. It's open-ended in a way to where you can kind of make that decision for yourself.
I do believe that we're going to see more. Of course, we're going to see a sequel, and we're going to get a conclusion to that point. Or we might get a downright, a journey of this whole deal. Because I remember in Smallville, with James Gunn said he copied a lot of stuff from Smallville as well.
Mm-hmm.
His father, Jor-El, was pretty much the same. He was kind of like that.
Right.
Very douchebaggy.
Yeah.
But he had a reason for being douchebag.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of cool too, that he kind of, it took some, because it's kind of easy. Look, because what you want to do is, typically what you want to do with this hero is do something totally different. With something that you haven't seen on screen.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of something that we've been asking for with Spider-Man, which in my opinion, this movie kind of reminds me of Spider-Man a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that. Other than the fact that they work at a paper.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, characteristically, they do kind of match, I think, in the scales of morality.
Yep.
I think they're both very good characters, and they try to do the best they can. And
also,
go ahead.
I mean, what also too is also come at the fact that Superman's struggling.
Yes.
And that's how you have to do this hero.
Yes.
Superman is struggling.
Yes.
And that's what makes that's why this movie's so relatable, because everybody can relate. It's like, I'm trying to do the best I can by everybody I can. I got you might have two families. You might have your work life, and you might have your regular life, and you're trying to balance both of the two, and all the while be a good person. So I think that's what makes it so relatable in the sense of why people like this movie, and the response to it has been what it is. And that's why I say it kind of reminds me of Spider-Man a little bit, because Spider-Man, the reason why we like Spider-Man so much because he struggles.
Yeah.
He
Spider-Man
struggles all the time.
Spider-Man is the epitome of like the everyman character. He's
The everyman character.
He's struggling to pay rent. He's struggling to keep a girlfriend. He's struggling with his jobs. Like he's got struggles upon struggles, but yet at every day he's trying to do the best he can. So yeah, I do agree with you. Yeah, Superman, and it's been a while since we've seen a Superman like that, and I think that's why there's the negative reaction to some of these things, is because for the last 10 or 12 years, James, Superman has been like the biggest popular storyline has been like the Injustice storyline, where Superman goes bad and like decides to take, justice into his own hands and kind of becomes like a totalitarian dictator of sorts. And, we've had various versions of that. And then, Zack Snyder's Man of Steel movie, or Zack Snyder's take on the DC, was very tuned to the Injustice kind of storyline. It looked like it was going to sway that way at some point, or is always kind of hinted on it. I don't really know the full plan there, but he always kind of leaned that way. And so I think some audiences just aren't used to the classic, like, all-American Boy Scout, Yeah.
Well, I mean, he still has that quality. And this is what I like about David Cornswell, which I thought he was born to play this role from Jump Street. He still has that old golly mosh, he has that Midwestern look. He has definitely the Midwestern look, and he is perfect for this role. All the cast members in this movie was pointed out to be great.
Yeah.
Like all these I could have made this cast myself and would have been just fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad James Gunn did. But he still has that kind of an old boy type deal, that old gosh, old darn type deal about him.
Golly.
G. Willikers, but he just, like I said, he has that Smallville, Tom Welling struggle, which is why Smallville did good. It's because you have to have him struggle. It's okay to have a godlike figure. If you like godlike figures, watch Man of Steel.
Right.
That's your godlike figure.
Right.
And, I think this movie kind of throws some people off because it's not rooted in so much reality. It's rooted in straight up fantasized comic book world.
Yeah. I've heard there's a criticism that it's too comic booky, and then people's reaction were like, "What do you want from this? It's a comic book movie. What do you mean?"
Exactly. That's the same thing Kevin Smith said. I was watching Batman and Beyond.
Oh yeah, you watched his review?
Yeah, I was watching this review for it. He's about to give us I'm about to watch the spoiler review for it until you text me. And he really liked the film too. It's like, comic book movie. This is what you need. You need comic book movies. It's okay. We've never had a Superman so fantasized before. Even with Christopher Reeve, those movies have been done somewhat in perfect reality, like New York City. You never saw kaijus. You never saw lanterns running around.
Yeah.
Super dogs. You never seen any of that type of stuff. So this is the first time you ever seen such a fantasized world fully realized. And that's what makes this film so interesting. And it's going to throw some people off. But I think once you finally get used to it, then you're like, okay, I'm used to this world now. Like you said at the beginning of the review, metahumans have been around for 300 years, you said?
300 years, yeah, that's what it said.
300 years. Most of the time, Jacob, we get these movies, we're not really knowing about metahumans until the second or third film.
Yeah. It's always like, we're at the beginning of the thing, of the phrase or a phase or whatever. Yeah, we're at the beginning of the story, and we see everybody's reactions to it. But this is like, no, where have you been? This is we've been doing this. Where have you been? Yeah.
And I like that. I really, really like that. I really like that we just delved deep into it. He leaned more into the comic book universe than he ever has been. It's a near perfect film. There's a couple flaws in there. I really would like to see Jonathan Kent. I like to see Jonathan Kent and Ma Kent a little bit more in the second film, because I really like the little scene that he had with his father.
Yeah.
I really like to see Pa Kent a little bit more in the second one.
Yeah.
I would also like to see a little bit more of the Daily Planet, his Daily Planet life. I would like to see a little bit more of the Daily Planet life in the second film, if and when we get it. I like to see him and more Lois Lane, but I do like that Lois Lane has her own side ventures and she's not in peril because of Clark, and because of Kal-El. So I like that too as well. So she has her own side quest, much like the animated series. So I
Yes.
do like that as well.
Yes, the like her whole subplot, like they're also trying to take down Lex Luthor, but like the journalistic way, the investigative
Yeah,
way,
exactly.
you know. And
Exactly.
that was very good. Yeah, the whole subplot to the film was very good. It I mean, obviously it laid into the regular plot as well. Jimmy Olsen's character arc was great. Like him being like
Ladies man.
a ladies' man for whatever reason. It's just like he's kind of. I mean, he's a handsome guy, but he's also kind of like I don't know, kind of goofy to me. I've always seen him in comedy, so like that actor himself has always just been kind of silly. So like to see him as a quote unquote ladies' man, so much so to where like women are throwing themselves at him, and he's like, "I'm good. I've had too much."
Yeah. No, you're right. And I like that. I like that part because, we've always seen Jimmy Olsen be the guy that's Superman's Clark Kent's best friend
Mhm.
and stuff like that. And it's kind of good to see something a little bit different. That's why I say in the sequel, I like seeing him and Clark Kent's relationship a little bit more
Right.
as we lean into the second sequel.
Right.
But they kind of wasn't, in the second half of the film, they weren't really together anymore.
No,
You didn't really
yeah.
see those two anymore.
Yeah, not quite. Not really. That's a good point. I didn't really think about that before, but
Him and Lois Lane, stuff like that, you didn't really see them together anymore in the second half until at the end.
mm-hmm.
So I kind of would like to see a little bit more of that.
What do you think of
else?
Perry White?
I thought that Wendell Pierce would be a little bit more used. He's such a good actor.
Yeah.
Wendell Pierce is such a hell of an actor, man. I thought we would have been a little bit more. That's why I say in the sequel, I would like to see a little bit more of his Daily Planet.
More Daily Planet life, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit more Daily Planet. Which look, I'm fine with this movie being all Superman because that's totally what it's supposed to be about.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that. I also appreciate the fact that the use of kryptonite in this film was very non-existent, except for Metamorpho.
Yeah.
I like that too as well. I'm curious to see how you feel about that.
I thought it was fine. I didn't really have one feeling one way or another about it, I guess. Like the way they did it was clever because it's like
It was.
It's essentially explained like, hey, kryptonite's not really around, but but Metamorpho can produce it. So
Yep.
He's kind of Metamorpho's trapped against his will essentially, and like forced to use the kryptonite on Superman at some point in this film. And so I think it was a clever way to do it. It wasn't forced. It wasn't like Lex Luthor for whatever reason had like a trunk of kryptonite from nowhere. Because sometimes in the Superman media, it just seems like kryptonite's just like easily available to some characters. Batman, Lex Luthor. It's one of those things where it's like, how far is Krypton from Earth if there's all this kryptonite around?
Like it's very easy to get.
Yeah.
It's very easy to get. It's almost like wheat. It's almost like it's very easy to get.
It's just like, how?
So no, I'm with you.
How's there so much kryptonite? But in this one, they're like, yeah, there's like barely any kryptonite in existence, if any at all, honestly. So I thought it was clever. I thought it was. Go ahead.
No, I was going to ask you, how do you feel about the Pocket Universe?
The Pocket, I thought that was a clever way too. Honestly,
that was clever?
I don't know. I didn't think anything bad about it. It showcased that Lex Luthor I think this movie showcased Lex Luthor's genius more than his wealth. Because I know a lot of people make jokes like, oh, he's a billionaire. Yeah, he's a rich guy, but it really played into the fact that like Lex Luthor can create pocket dimensions, or Lex Luthor can create kaijus and clones and whatever else. Like it really showcased his intelligence more than his wealth. And I did like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just, again, Lex Luthor's a big hater, and it just seems like he'd go to any extent to defeat Superman. Especially since he's got like a whole team of people working with him, which I thought was also very clever because this isn't really like a big spoiler, but like at the beginning of the film, it makes a comment like in the Star Wars crawl. It's like, hey, Superman just lost his first fight. And then you find out that it's because Lex Luthor and he's got like a whole team of tech lackeys. And he's basically playing chess, essentially. He's like throwing out fight moves. He's like 2L, 3A, whatever. And everyone's like logging it in or whatever. And that's how the monster or the bad guy or whatever is like fighting Superman. So I thought that was really clever where it's like, yeah, that's the only way Lex Luthor can fight Superman outside of having that power suit that he sometimes has, It's like, and also it just goes to show that like this guy spent 3 years preparing for this. Like he spent like since Superman appeared was like, all right, how do I fight that guy? And this is his solution. It's just like drones and a bunch of people to work for me.
And the dedication is like through the roof. This dedication for this character for wanting to beat this guy is like through the roof.
Oh,
and you just can't deny it.
It's amazing. It's hilarious. It's almost respectful in a way, because the lengths he goes through just to like get a one up on Superman.
Yeah.
Is
so
incredible.
I mean, I gotta say, I don't really have any much more. I thought the ending was a little bit of a heavy-handed, the little speech at the end. I was like, okay.
You didn't like that?
I get it.
I didn't mind the speech. I actually liked it.
I mean, I liked it, but it was a little heavy-handed. Kind of reminded me of Barbie a little bit when she was explaining how women feel.
Yeah,
that was like the kind of remind me of Barbie a little bit. Yeah, I liked it though. I liked it, but I just felt like it was a little heavy-handed. I felt like he was looking into the screen more. He was talking to Lex. He was looking more into the TV screen or the movie screen.
I can see that, and it might have meant to be one of those kind of moments to where it's like, if you don't like the Superman, here's a speech of why you should like the Superman. So what did you think? Yeah. Let's kind of get into spoiler territory at this point. So alert.
This is an on-the-go spoiler alert. You have now been alerted.
So what did you think about when he was making that speech? Lex Luthor makes a counter speech or whatever, and then Krypto kind of comes in and does essentially what Hulk did to Loki, right? He just like tears him up. What did you think of that scene?
I thought it was hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. I laughed my ass off. I was like, "Holy crap!" I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming. Because at first he tried to take off to the pocket dimension, and then Superman just bulldozes him, coming out of nowhere, which I thought was hilarious and funny.
Yeah,
and I died freaking laughing on that part, man. I thought that was so funny. It's like I said, I can understand some people might not liking that scene. They probably find it akin to your boy Kane the Conqueror getting carried out by ants.
Yeah.
So I can see if somebody probably would not like that scene, but this still doesn't take away the integrity of Lex Luthor.
No,
it doesn't take away the complete integrity of the character.
Right, and at that point, I think Lex Luthor had already lost. You know what I mean? It's not like
he had already lost.
He already lost. Superman was there to like officially take him in or whatever, and I mean, it's not like he got defeated by Krypto. You know what I mean? Because like when I saw that scene, I was like, oh man, I can already tell like people are not going to like that, and I haven't really seen too many people talk about that scene, honestly.
Me either.
So I don't think it went the way I was afraid it was going to, other review wise, but I thought it was fine. What did you think about the not so subtle twist that Ultraman is a Superman clone?
I kind of saw that coming.
Yeah, me too.
Honestly, in my opinion, you really didn't need Ultraman in this film.
No, not really.
You know, because you had the engineer.
Right, you had her.
You had the engineer.
And I really liked her character.
And, me too. I
really liked her character because it felt like, I don't know if you got the same sense, but it felt like she was in pain the whole movie. Like the way she talked, the way she walked. I mean, they explained it, right? They were like, oh yeah, like Lex Luthor injected her with nanites and now she's just like a weird nanite person. And you saw that in her acting, the way like she walked, the way she moved, like it just sounded like she was in pain the entire film. Mm-hmm. You know, and it made sense. And I did really like her character. And she got knocked out. She did not get killed. She got knocked out.
No, she didn't get killed.
We may see her again in the future. But the Superman clone thing, again, it was a not so subtle twist. Like, I think everyone kind of figured that was what it was going to be. Because if you read the comics or if you know the comics, Ultraman is Earth 3 Superman or whatever. He's like evil Superman, right? And I mean, obviously, like, this is the first outing for DCU from James Gunn. So it's like, okay, we're not going to get to multiverse in the first film. No. I mean, we could, because everything's kind of been set up already. But, like, I don't think...
Because you have a pocket universe,
Yeah, but that's like, I don't know, that seemed different to me. You know what I mean? That didn't seem like a second universe, because it was mostly a dead zone. You know what I mean? It was mostly a black hole.
Yeah, sort of, kind of, yeah.
So I didn't really think like, oh, a second universe or whatever. I just kind of assumed like a between dimension kind of thing. So yeah, the Ultraman twist wasn't really a twist, but I did appreciate that, like when there's a scene where he gets knocked into that black hole, I appreciated the subtle callback to the original Superman movies when they send Zod and them into the Phantom Zone, and like they're in that disc thing and they're spinning backwards.
Oh, yep. I like that.
Because Ultraman's in the bus and he's getting sucked up by a black hole, and it was kind of like I think it was a subtle callback to that because he's like screaming as he's like going backwards.
No, you're right. That's a complete callback. You know what? I didn't even catch
Flew
that.
over your head, didn't you?
And you would think I would have caught that. As much as I love Superman 2.
I thought you would have caught it.
I think I love that. I did not catch it.
I got one up on you. I'm
gonna watch it again anyway.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch the movie again.
So my opinion though is I think Ultraman can come back. I think they can bring him back if they want him to or wanted to. I think they could bring him back as as a Bizarro, if
Most
need
likely.
be, or bring him. Or you could also go the clone Doomsday route again if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
But
True.
I see him as an option. I don't know if they will or not. Who knows? But I can see that being an option. And then I think there was only really other two villains besides Lex Luthor, right? But he got his girlfriend, Eve, the most genius woman in the movie.
Yep, Eve Taskmaster, who in the original Richard Donner film, she was just a little lackey for Lex. Her and Otis, who Otis was like not a goofy ass dude this time. Otis was actually a guy that knew what he was doing.
Was that the guy in the bowl cut?
No. Otis was the big black guy that was working with Lex.
Did I not notice that guy? What scene was he?
Yeah, no. He was at the beginning of the film when the girl was like, "Oh man, you're like super smart. Like you know every single move that Superman's doing," and he kind of like explained how he knew it. I said, "Oh, okay."
Yep, I know that guy now. I remember him. Yeah,
that's Otis. Because in the original, Otis was played by my man who passed away from years ago, and he was real goofy. It was a real goofy role, but now I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I was like, I like how he played it very seriously.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was dope. Eve Taskmaster was a whole lot better character this time around.
Yeah.
She was silly, but still cute, and quirky.
Right. I mean, and she again, really integral to the plot, right? Because she is,
yep.
She's hooking up with Jimmy Olsen on the side. She's like taking all these selfies, and then it turns out all her selfies are like Lex Luthor's plans.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she was like the goat of the movie, man. She saved the day. Every character in this film
served a part.
Served a point, had a part, had a part to play. So nobody really went to waste. Nobody felt wasted. And I mean, I asked you about Perry's character. It's because like that scene where like everything's falling apart in the
mm-hmm.
in the building, and they're like planning on, or no, like I think Lois and Jimmy are telling him about like how Lex Luthor's a bad guy and he like did all these horrible things. I think that scene was so funny because like they're sitting there, everyone's like trying to evacuate, and Perry's like, all right. Well, let's print it up and let's publish it.
Yeah, he says, let's print it out and publish it. He said, you still got that ship on top of the roof?
Yeah.
He said, Lombard, who I really enjoy, man. That's why I got to see that guy again, man. I think he is so freaking funny as Lombard, man. He's a comedian. I like him so much. He's like, I want to have a seat. I want to have a seat.
Yeah. The sports guy.
I don't have a seat. Oh, man. Cat Grant, like, I'd like to see more of those characters.
Yeah, man. Cat Grant's character. Like,
I'd like to see more of them.
I don't know. It was just a good movie. It was a good movie. It was a good first step for James Gunn's DCU. So I'm glad to see it, doing well financially and doing well in the box office, and the real fans of comic books and the real fans of Superman or DC are really enjoying this. The people.
You ain't kidding.
Yeah, the people who are not fans or just don't enjoy life, they're talking a lot of trash about it. But honestly, it's whatever. They're chihuahuas compared to the Doberman that is DC.
Oh yeah, no, without a doubt. We don't know that. Hey, also, we got to talk about my boy, Mr. Terrific. We definitely got to get a TV show of him. We definitely got to get a TV show of Mr. Terrific, man. He is so freak. He was so good in here, man.
Oh yeah,
Eddie Cathidi,
fantastic.
I'm so happy for Eddie Cathidi. Eddie Cathidi finally got his revival.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Cathidi finally got his payback from what they did with me in First Class. Man.
Yeah, he was Darwin in First Class. Ooh, again, very interesting character in First Class, and they blew him up. They blew up the guy who could adapt to anything.
Everybody says that. like you say that, my friends. It's like,
It's just-
how in the hell do you blow up the guy
Yeah.
that can adapt to anything?
Right. And you know what's
Everybody
funny?
says that.
When those movies were coming out, I always said, it was like, you could bring him back. Like, it's comic books. He can adapt to anything. You can bring him back if you really wanted to. And apparently he was on the hook for a little bit. And then it was around like X-Men Apocalypse when he realized he wasn't coming back. Because they kind of strung him along a little bit. He said in a recent interview that they were like, "Hey, well, when we write you in, we'll give you a call." And then I think 3 movies later, he was like, "They're not bringing me back. It's just not happening."
Yeah.
So
You see, something like Merge Ali a little bit.
yeah, yeah, with Blade.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's all right, man. He's doing pretty good now. He making some real good money.
Hey, yeah, he's got that DC money. But
the
no,
amount of people that have really, what?
I was gonna say, yeah, no, his character was also fantastic. His character was terrific to play with with his name. But it was great. Yeah,
It was that one scene where he was like, I forgot the name of that. I forgot that scene. He's like, he called himself Mr. Terrific.
Yeah, he's like, I'm the goddamn Mr. Terrific.
I'm the goddamn Mr. Terrific.
Yeah. It was great. And I especially liked it towards the end because, like, as the movie progressed, he was getting really tired of everything going on.
Oh, yeah. He was getting tired of everybody.
It was like
man.
Superman showed up with Crypto. Superman shows up with Crypto, and he's like, "You brought that damn dog. You brought that dog, man."
I said, I'm scared to leave him on the farm. I'm scared to leave him to eat all the cows.
You brought the dog.
Which was kind of creepy, by the way, when he said that.
Right?
He was scared he was going to eat the cows.
Yeah.
Holy hell.
Yeah. Or like, Superman just got done fighting Ultraman, and he's like, quit messing around.
I'm not messing around.
I'm doing important stuff. Yeah. No, they were great. Their dynamic was great. The second post-credit scene with like them looking at the building and it's all cockeyed.
Yep. I like that too.
Just like storms off offended. It's like, hey man, I didn't mean to make you mad.
I could be so darn inconsiderate sometimes.
Yeah. It was good. It was everything about it was good. Final spoiler of the film. At the end, we finally get to see Millie Alcock's Supergirl.
Yep, Kara.
Kara,
we finally saw Kara.
Kara-El, yeah. So what did you feel like that introduction? What are your feelings? What are your thoughts? Go ahead.
So I liked it because James Gunn is doing exactly what you and me told that Marvel should stop doing. Stop setting up stuff.
Yes.
And you see what happens is when you introduce Supergirl, you don't know you're gonna get a Supergirl film or not, but it leaves that door open. It's like, oh man, Kara, we're gonna get a sequel. But when you introduce it at the end, people are automatically thinking you're going to get a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
The way Marvel does it, it assures you that you have to get a sequel.
Right.
James Gunn said he doesn't want to do that because he doesn't want to introduce a character and you don't see him anymore.
Right.
So I liked how he introduced them, and he didn't save it for the end credits. It easily could have been used for end credit. I mean, that, and I know
100%. It could have been, but I mean, why not just stick it at the end of the movie? You know what I mean? Just
stick it at the end of the movie
before the credits.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, and I liked it. I was like, finally, somebody that gets it. Like, you don't need to do this. Like, just introduce it. Just introduce it at the end of the film.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. Like, finally, somebody gets it. I like her look. Her uniform was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
They are going by the numbers by the Woman of Tomorrow.
Yes.
She's drunk. She's very mouthy. Just in that little clip, she's got the jacket on, just like in the comics.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're adapting their comic book verbatim.
And here's the thing, again, like the people who don't know this world are like, oh, they made her a drunk sorority girl. But it's like, I spend 2 to 3 minutes online scrolling a little bit, and I already find out like, oh, it's based off Woman of Tomorrow. It's a storyline where she's going on a drinking binge, or she's dealing with like all these things going on in her personal life, and it's partly because when she left Krypton, she was like 12 or something. She was much older than.
Yep, she was 12 years old.
She was much older than Clark. She was supposed to get to Earth first. She gets caught in like some kind of wormhole thing for a few years. And so now, instead of being the older cousin, she's somehow like the younger cousin to Superman. Mm-hmm. And it's just like her dealing with all that. So like 2 to 3 minutes of research, you can be like, oh, that's what they're basing it off of. Instead of just flying off the handle and being like, they made her a drunk sorority girl. Which, to be honest, if you're really that upset, name me 5 Supergirl comics you have personally read. You know what I mean? Like, don't be so angry and then turn around and be like, well, I never really read Supergirl to begin with, but I'm...
Because, well, I mean, that's because they can't, because they only know Supergirl from the 1980s version.
Yeah.
And they only know Supergirl from the animated series, and they also know Supergirl
Or the
from
CW.
the Melissa, from the CW. So
Yeah.
I get that. But at the same time, people, if you're a real comic book fan, there are comics of different characters of the same hero that you like.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not always going to be the same story for each time that you read a comic.
Right.
You know, this one will be a lot more darker. That's what I like about this new Supergirl movie coming out next year. It's way different than the Superman that just came out. They just dropped the poster for it.
I know. I saw it right
James
before we
Gunn.
started. Yeah.
Yeah. She's drinking something and she got, like, her hands are kind of bruised up. She's got to probably whooping somebody's ass.
So what I'm real
this
curious,
will be a whole lot different.
what I'm real curious about, James, is, you know, they make a comment that she's like she's hanging out on planets with red suns because like you can get drunk on red suns. And I wonder, because I'd have to look it up. Maybe you know, but does Krypton have a red sun? Did Krypton have a red sun? Because I know on Krypton, like, they're regular people, right? It's like us on Earth on Krypton, right? And then the yellow sun is what gives Superman and Supergirl their abilities. So,
well, let's see. I know Kryptonite does not affect them like it affects them on Earth. The red sun, I'm not sure. I'll have to go back and do a research. I don't want to give a wrong answer.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Yeah, because I don't want to give a wrong answer. But I know she's stronger than Superman. She's 100% stronger than him in every way. And what people also got, while you're looking it up, well, people got to take it to the fact. She's dealing with trauma.
Mm-hmm.
She's older than Superman, like you just said.
Yeah.
How would you feel if you were older than your sibling and you got a chance to see Krypton in its perfect state and then get blown off the hill?
Yeah. Due
Get
to
sent packing away.
due to people not wanting to do the right thing or whatever. There's multiple, I don't know,
Like,
there's different versions of like why Krypton blew up as well. So I'm looking at it.
Exactly.
I looked it up, and Krypton did have a red sun.
Okay.
So-
I thought so.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
So I'm curious if she's going to planets with like red suns and whatever. She can't fly there because the red sun takes her abilities away. So this is going to be more of like an interplanetary like travel. Like she's going to be like flying a spaceship, I assume, or even like I'm just curious as to like how much of her powers and abilities we're going to see in the movie, or is it going to just be her kind of doing her own thing? You know, I'm just real curious. I'm not against it. I'm just curious.
No, I know what you mean. No, she also has a horse too that she has in the book too of Woman Tomorrow.
Ah,
It's kind of like a unicorn,
Magic space horse?
in a certain sense. Yeah, some similar to that. So that she also rides well in there because she has to protect the girl in the book. And they already cast a little girl already, and she runs across this guy who seems to be a normal person, but he's like a horrible, sadistic, sick human being.
Mm.
And you know that's also the storyline, and that's where Lobo comes in. Lobo's trying to hunt her down, you know, so you got that too. So Lobo's going to have a very big part in Supergirl as well. So if you ever get a chance, I would caution everybody, read before you just make any snap judgments about what you think about Supergirl in this film for the little 3 seconds or 4 seconds that you saw her.
Yeah.
Read that book. It's a really, really good book, man. It's a Woman of Tomorrow. It's really, really good. Really,
Right.
really great.
And that's what she's going to be based off of. So it's like, yeah, reserve
that's what it's
your
based off of.
judgments until you see the source material. So,
Yeah.
but no, I mean, I thought her little tease was nice. I forgot she was going to be in the movie because I think I remember like way back, like we kind of speculated or we already kind of knew that she was going to pop up in this. And I'd kind of just forgotten about it. So it was still like a nice surprise to like have her show up. Like, oh yeah, that's right. She's here. She's around in this
Well, that's
universe
good.
too. Yeah.
I'm glad you were surprised.
I was pleasantly surprised by like a few things in this film, which is nice. It's a nice turnaround than being like, well, we knew this was going to happen. We knew that was going to go the way it did, you know? And then also too, we find out that Crypto belongs to her. And that's why Crypto is a wild dog. She doesn't take care of him properly, or she doesn't like train him or whatever. So that was
No, of course not.
that made all like the silly goofy scenes of Crypto in the movie that I felt like some of it was a little too much. But that made all of that make more sense in that one scene.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So like even Crypto served a big purpose in this film. All around great film. I think 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10.
I gave it a 8.9 out of 10.
Ooh, 8.9 out of 10.
Yep.
That's very specific.
Yep, 8.9 out of 10. Because it was somewhere between 8 and 9, so I was just like, you know what, let me just give it an 8.9 out of 10.
Well, it's funny because like you say you want to see more of the Daily Planet stuff, and when the movie first started, after the beginning of it, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to like sit through him being Clark Kent for a couple of these scenes, because I was excited to see him as Superman, and then so I was more pleasantly surprised to see that it was mostly him as Superman, and I think we only got like a good 10-15 minutes of him as Clark Kent. It was pretty much in the
That's
same.
about it.
It was pretty much in the same like chunk in the movie too. It wasn't like spread out.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm. Well, it kind of reminds me of the Batman. Remember, because we never got a chance to see Bruce Wayne that much. We didn't see a lot of Bruce Wayne. It was a lot more Batman.
Yeah, that's right. I think we only saw Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne maybe like twice. Like I think he was like in the Batcave looking at the Bat computer, and then when he went to that club, if I remember correctly.
And the funeral.
Yeah, in the funeral. But yeah, for the most part, he was Batman. For the most part, he's always Batman.
Yeah,
Bruce Wayne's always Batman.
Because most movies that you give them like 50% of the time, you want him out of the outfit, or you want him to see Superman, but you want to see the actual person.
Yeah,
you don't want to see a mask over a person all day long, especially when it's a high profile actor.
Mm-hmm.
So they tend to do that a lot. Even in Spider-Man, they tend to have the person outside the mask because they don't want to spend, because you spent damn near $24 million or $17 million getting this person. You want to see him without that mask at least, a couple times. You want to show his face.
Celebrities are also very vain, so they want as much face time as they can get.
Hola, mis amigos. It is me, the masked hero, El Pollo Loco. And I am telling you to go and listen to the Jacob and James podcast. It is, how you say, muy caliente.
So let me ask you this. After seeing this movie, what do you think a team of Batman and this version of Superman will look like?
I haven't put much thought into it, honestly. Like, which Batman? Do you think?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do you think Robert Pattinson could work in this? Because there's a total 180 from the Batman and this, and I think that's what makes it work.
I think him and Robert Pattinson can work well together anyway, because Gotham and Metropolis are just night and day cities.
Night and day. Night and day.
I think that Gotham City and that Batman can easily fit in this DCU. I don't think it needs to be separated. Seems like it's going that way. And I mean, I think James Gunn has a very much more fun comic booky approach to this. Like, he wants more color and more comic booky stuff. So I don't know if we're going to get, I really don't think he's looking at that same version, the Batman's version of Gotham to be his Gotham. I mean, it's going to have to still be grungy, but it's going to be grungy in a comic-y kind of way, where it's it's grungy, but there's still color in it. It's not all just gray and drab. It's going to be dark blues and light blues and greens or dark greens. It's still going to be colorful in a way where it fits.
Yeah, you're right.
And it's still going to look fantastical, even though it's supposed to be this dark, crime-riddled city.
I just hope that, it doesn't separate the fan base, and people are still able to know, hey, this is a different version of Batman. It's not Robert Pattinson's Batman. This other Batmans are Elseworlds. So I really hope, that's the case.
I mean, that could
really
still
hope
work
that's the
too.
case.
That could still work too. He's got the script. The script is finally done, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see if he vetoes it or approves it or whatever. I mean, I think he said in an interview or whatever on a red carpet that he read it and it's great. So we'll see what it comes out to be. You know, we'll see what the decision is.
Right.
I mean, at this point, it's been like
Yeah,
what, 4 or 5 years? Feels like
it's
forever.
4 or 5 years. I mean, feels like forever. And I know we're supposed to get a Clayface next year, so who knows?
Which is
We'll
a
probably get some answers.
Which is a body horror movie, he said. Like, it's supposed to be
This
like
is
this
a body
really
horror
gross
film.
body horror movie. So I'm curious to see what that's going to look like. Because that
Yep,
is
me
also really going to challenge him, or like, I don't know. It's really going to be a thing because like we've had these like really bad villain movies with the Sony Spider-Verse, right? So this will now be his attempt to do it, or even the Joker 2, right? Like Joker was really great,
Joker,
but then,
Joker 2.
then Joker 2 was weird. But also the Penguin series was really good, and that's a villain.
Yep.
That was a villain-centric story set in that other Batman universe. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm very curious. I'm very curious to see the future of the DCU. I'm curious to see how Marvel's going to react to this, you know, because
Yeah.
it might cause Marvel to wake up, or Marvel might go quietly into the night, you know, after Doomsday and Secret Wars. Who knows?
I mean, we'll see. You know, got Fantastic Four like right around the corner next week.
We do have Fantastic Four right around the corner, and they're really
Fantastic Four right around the corner.
and they released a clip that showed a little too much, and I'm upset about that. It's essentially an extended clip from one of the trailers where, like, the Fantastic Four are talking to the media, I suppose, about the looming threat that is Galactus, and they're explaining, like, hey, we went up there, we spoke to him, we tried to negotiate, but he wanted something we couldn't give him, and then the journalist guy is like, well, what was it? And he goes, our son. And I would have really liked to have like seen that in the movie and not as an advertisement or as a extended clip. You know, this is like, I don't know. That would have just been a nice surprise,
you're right. I'm with you. 110%.
right? Because I mean, they already had my ticket. Like I was already going to go see this movie. I don't need any more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's ticket, huh?
Like, I don't need any more reason to go see it. And also, that would have just been a nice surprise. I mean, I think it was speculated it was going to go that way anyway. But just more surprises, you know? Stop giving us plots. Stop giving us the plot. Like, we already knew the plot. Galactus was coming through. Silver Surfer was the Herald. Like, that's all we need to know. And I'm actually more curious about, James, is how much time skipping is going to be in this movie. Because from what we've seen from the trailers, there's scenes where they don't have the baby. There's scenes where they do have the baby. There's scenes where the thing has a beard. So I'm like, I'm real curious to like know how much time is going to pass throughout this film. Are we going to get like a montage at the very beginning of like them over the years, and then we're going to catch up to modern day? Is it, you know, I don't know. That's what I'm more curious about.
No, I'm with you, man, and I'm totally in agreement. I was like, I don't know why they gave away the plot like that.
Right.
I just do not understand that. I don't hear enough people talking about that, but I did not like that at all.
No, I was just like, I'm already coming to the movie. You don't need to show me anymore. Like, stop showing me things.
Like, you didn't need to do that. You did, like, that's one thing I say about Superman. Well, granted, Superman didn't have a central plot, so there was nothing really to give away.
Right.
But I'm just like, God damn, man, come on.
Yeah, no, I feel the same and you're right. Superman didn't really have. I mean, it had a plot. It had a through line, but it didn't really have anything to be like, you know, this is what's gonna happen. I guess.
Yeah, you know, with this, I don't know. And call me biased. All right, cool, whatever. I love Fantastic Four. I love Fantastic Four since I was a little kid. And I watched every version of Fantastic Four that's ever been on TV. You only had two versions that were really, really credible.
Right.
And that's the 1950s version and 1960s version.
Right.
And the 1990s version. The other version, I don't even count that. The one that came out like in 2008, 2009, whatever, like artwork, like real anime.
Oh no! Oh, okay.
It looked real anime looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not like that one. After they were trying to copy the mold of Spider-Man, where the Ultimate Spider-Man would look like kind of like anime style.
Yeah.
I did not like that. But I really hope this movie works out, man. I really, really, truly do.
I hope so too. And I think it will.
I haven't
I
enjoyed
think
the
it will.
marketing at all.
I think it will be a good movie. They've got a lot of products. Like their marketing is mostly through like products. Like they're partnering with Little Caesars. I think I think there's like some drink brands they're partnering with. That's where their marketing is going for the most part.
Well, I mean, I like the marketing of Time Magazine. I like the marketing of they got their own colognes, and Mr. Fantastic has like an aftershave. He uses aftershave because it's supposed to show you that these people were so important into this universe because there's no other heroes.
Right.
It's just them.
They are the celebrities.
They're like rock stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are the celebrities. So they got their own colognes. They got their own shaving brand. Sue Storm is like the Barbie / whatever strong female you could think of. She has like dish gloves and stuff like that to wash dishes. Like she does everything.
Right.
So she's supposed to be the spokesperson for that. So I do enjoy that part.
Right.
But I just feel like the marketing could be a little bit better.
Yeah, I can see that. I think another thing that's gonna kind of hurt this movie is the fact that, like, and I've said it before, you've set up this like really retro Technicolor world, like it's a different universe, like we're gonna see something kind of different and new, but it's only gonna be for the one movie, and we know this. We know like they're gonna get folded into Doomsday, Secret Wars, the regular MCU, the standard MCU universe. So it's like we're gonna get this like new refreshing world, and then it's just gonna be gone. You know what I mean? That's kind of what upsets me as well. It's like I would much rather see like one or two movies set in this universe before seeing them folded into everybody else.
No, you're right. No, I agree.
But we'll see. I mean, what we got 2 weeks, a week and a half, something like that until it comes out. It's the end of the month, I think, July 25th, if I'm correct. So
yeah, we got like one more week left here.
Yeah, so
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see if it can compete with Superman's box office numbers.
Yeah, man, that's all I got.
That's all I got too. So hey, if anybody wants to email us and talk about Superman or anything else, really, you can email us at onthegopod2023@gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. It's all On The Go with Jacob and James. Please give us a like, follow, share us with your friends, family, whoever. You can also find us individually on Instagram. You can find me at jacobdanton.audio, and you can find James at
James9794.
There we go. And without further ado, I am on the go. James is on the go. Superman's on the go. And we are all on the go.